Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Life Hunts. We're apparently doing Hyper Rathalos, which is refreshing. I'm glad that he chose this one, and not the fucking silver version. Otherwise I would have left this room promptly, just like that guy did, in that very moment. Anyway, yeah. We are in Generations Ultimate because I went and tried to see if I could play 3 Ultimate, and it ended up being a case where there were 2 people playing and they were both sitting in a passworded room by themselves in the first room of the first lobby of the first world of the first server of the first game of the first Wii U of the first planet Earth of the first, etc, etc, etc. That person needs to not do that because it is deeply discourteous to every person who may want to play with them in the community. Go and emulate the damn game. So I'm going to actually relax now, otherwise I'm going to start ranting. Oh. Potato was lurking, apparently. Hello. But yeah. I am not impressed by people who want to do that. But I've discussed it so many times prior to this point that I don't want to get onto a rant that you are overly familiar with. Charge blade is respectable. Can't remember the last time I used a charge blade on a Rathalos. I'd say that's interesting. No, not that one. Sealed Dragon Veil. Well, we lost one Chinese guy and gained another one. Yeah. Well, it's not the fact that they're Chinese, it's the fact that I can't read their damn names. That's really what's noteworthy about that. But moving on. I do have a beverage today. It is it is what is called an Imperial Maple Stout. It's called Way of the Road by Mountain Culture. I now have something in my eye. Hopefully it's not one of my hairs. It very well could be. But, or an eyelash, which technically would still be one of my hairs. But aside from that, really exciting topic of discussion. Yeah, this beer ends up being pretty good, or has ended up being pretty good. I was worried that it would be too sweet because it was called an Imperial Maple Stout, and my association when it comes to maple is one of fucking sweet. But it's not too sweet, it's more flavoursome than sweet, and I enjoy it. I just had a very measured and sensible contribution from a guy in the chat named DankMemeBoy25. He said, "Hello, I'm new to the chat." Well, welcome to the chat. If you can possibly restrain yourself, I'll ask you to not become an accurate reflection of the name that you've chosen for your Twitch account. Because we don't need dank memes in the Doomlink channel. I think we can live without that. But yes, welcome. Anyway. Again, it's refreshing to find a regular Rathalos here because I am quite frequently, as you all know, hunting silver Rathalos, and I'm going to put my foot down and refuse to do it ever again. On camera, at least. If I'm playing with a friend and he needs silver Rathalos, then I'll bite the bullet and I'll do it and I'll help him out. But if I'm playing with random people, I'm not going to subject myself to the bullshit. Why are you people going over there? Just follow me. Fuck me sideways. Anyway, I'll do it for the benefit of someone that I know and that I want to assist in building their character. The reality is that you do need to get silver Rathalos stuff if you want to build your character in this game. It's just what it is. Silver Rathalos XR stuff is really useful for mixed sets. Really useful. But I don't want to do it anymore. Not for randoms. I've done my time. I've hunted silver Rathalos for myself. I've hunted it for the 3 other people that I have hunted with in this game to get them into G rank and beyond. And I've also hunted it randomly, both on camera and off camera, with people that I do not know. And I'm fucking sick of it. I've fought enough of them, and I'm done. So, again, I shall reiterate. It is very comfortable to not have to fight one. And also comforting. We've already got a death, though. Which perhaps isn't so comforting. It is the guy whose name I cannot read or pronounce. Because, you know, maybe if I could read kanji I could give you the Japanese version of it, but can't give you the Chinese version. That's for damn sure. Long story short, I can't make any attempt whatsoever to read it. Or make sense of it. That was a great flash bomb. You just flash bombed the inside of his brain. Which apparently had no effect. But I appreciate the sentiment behind the action. The monster's flying too much. Let's stop that. I mean, that's respectable. That's basically the Freedom Unite community in a nutshell. That was a fairly successful flash bomb that involved not just the Rathalos, but also the Vespoid that was hanging around. Probably not a regrettable casualty. I don't think any of us would be worried about the well-being of a fucking Vespoid. Those... Are you for real? You just got back here and you're already dead again. What is your loadout? I don't know if this is a case of your loadout being insufficient, or if you're just really incapable of playing the game. At this stage, I don't really care. I don't care what the reason is. This is substandard play, and I'm not impressed. I'm actually gonna... Actually, I shouldn't have done that. What a stupid idea. What a waste. Sorry. It's a waste, of course, because you're only going to deal one file's worth of damage with that. Because in Capcom's infinite wisdom, they decided to break Amped Elemental Discharge, or whatever the fuck they call it. Amped Energy Discharge. Don't worry, Doomlink, if you're struggling with pronouncing the English language and the words contained within your own word lexicon, try actually moving your mouth. I find that that helps. Dickhead. Good flash bomb, I guess. Let's Energy Blade. Oh, sorry if I hit anyone. At least it's 4th gen and you can get an attack out of your flying in the airness. Now, that guy has indeed returned to the area, but you can see he just left it. As soon as it's like he tentatively returned to the area, only to see the monster and be filled with such acute trepidation that he was like, no, I can't do it. I have to go back. I'm going to die if I stay in this area. What are you doing, huh? What's happening over there? You know what? I don't care. If you don't want to fight, that's fine, because I'd rather you didn't. Maybe if you play it... Oh, fuck off, Bullfang. Did you see how much he repositioned himself to stay on target with me? That piece of shit boar creature that would be better off in my stomach. Fuck me. This guy is circumnavigating the Rathalos. For what benefit, I don't know. Perhaps to pretend as if he's contributing. He is present for the confrontation, but he's not actually doing anything. What the fuck? You can get out of here, stupid monster. Get in the trap. It is time. I'm about to run out of red shield, but maybe that actually is not capturable. No way. Not with this fucking team. Why? Already? It's a very pretty sky, actually, now that I look at that. Look how nice the clouds look. I never realised how well they did the clouds. Anyway, that's that guy whose name I cannot read or pronounce would be better off staying at camp. I don't want him in the area with the monster. I don't want to watch him running around doing nothing. It doesn't do anyone any favours. It makes him look like a right dickhead, and well, I suppose it could technically draw the monster's attention away from us occasionally. It does technically mean that there's one extra distraction in the room from ourselves, but, you know, whoops, that's not what I intended to do at all. That's not what I intended to do either. I think I just got red shield on 0 files, is that right? In which case I need to actually use these as quickly as possible. Did I just get red shield on 0 files, or did it automatically take the files that were to be charged from red? I don't, or loaded from red, however you want to use that, or however you want to explain that. I'll tell you one thing I can't do, it's explain what I'm trying to get across. But I seem to have been correct in my assumption that I can't use this weapon right now because I'm so confused by the fact that this guy has chosen a random route to get to where we are right now. He's chosen a totally random path to get here. Maybe he's just going on a tour of the volcano. If you look to your right, this is where that stupid lava fish creature spawns on occasion. And if you look to your left, you will see rocks. I'm gonna throw some tranks, fucking pray that we're dealing good damage. I know that we're not, but I'm gonna try anyway. I'm gonna rip a shield, because why not? I need to actually sharpen up very soon. And by very soon, I mean now. Guy whose name I can't pronounce, let's just call him Yellow Player. Yellow Player has arrived so that he may run around in circles. He's placing a trap. Hey, he's contributing. Good on him. See, now that's what you want to do. Maybe you never know, maybe he's actually better at the game than we thought. What is going on? Why are there two of them? Yeah, but he could have actually been holding off on placing the trap last time because he knew that the Rathalos was going to move on. You know, the least you could do is line up with the trap, mate. Have the confidence to at least line up with the trap. What if he goes and tries to attack you? You're not going to... He is so incapable of playing. You know, I have a game for you, my friend. It's called 3 Ultimate. There are a lot of 3 Ultimate players who play a whole lot like you do. Fucking hell. Alright. Let's Energy Blade or something. Look, he's getting in there and throwing tranks. At least I think it was him throwing tranks. Oh my god. It's Chinese for panda? Okay. Well. How do you say panda in Chinese? Why do you keep leaving? I hate this fucking room. I'm especially sick of this panda guy. I'll trust you when you say it's Chinese for panda. See, I don't know how to pronounce the X in Chinese. See, it's not Xiong Mao, it's something else. I don't know how they use the X, I forgot. At one time I did know, but I've forgotten because... yeah, it's not the sort of thing that I would prioritize as far as retaining information is concerned. It's not up there on my priority list. Did I manage to cut that fucking tail with Ripper Shield? I don't know, and I don't care. If someone's going for the capture, that would be great. If not, then that's fine. Let's focus on damage dealing. Looks like There are a whole lot of trank bombs going down. Or going out. I'll tell you who's going out soon. Hopefully, this fucking Rathalos. Fucking Ripper Shield, this arsehole. I could Energy Shield. I'm not really that desperate to do it, but... Did I say Energy Shield? Energy Blade is what I meant. What are you doing? Oh. That's very helpful of you. I don't need it though, so I'm going to move on. That was considerate of him to ping for the tail, in case I needed it, but I didn't, so life goes on. At least I got a flinch out of it. Well, thank you, dank meme boy. I appreciate the compliment. Let's get in there and hit that face. Well, we succeeded, which is better than having this fucking panda guy die 3 times. I'm guessing that no one ate for insurance. Oh no, someone ate for insurance, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world if he died again. But it still would have been him dying 3 times, which would have been a very unedifying eventuality for him. What is your loadout? You're using Red Helm Longsword with what? What is that armor set? I'm trying to see it. I'm seeing Mizutsune. Wait, is that? Yeah, it is Mizutsune, and I think it's full Mizutsune. What are the skills again for Mizutsune? I don't remember. All I know is that whatever you've got is just not good enough. Whether it be your skill base or your loadout. One of the two, perhaps both, is holding you back. How the hell did you get an auto-generated name of Dank Meme Boy 25? Are you sure it was auto-generated? I'd choose a different name. If that was auto-generated for me, I'd choose something different, like Small Turtle 94. I don't know. Just Dank Meme Boy? Is that really like auto-generated? Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it. Are you sure you can't change it? I'm pretty sure you can change your name on Twitch. That seems to be a thing you can do, as far as I'm aware. Oh, great. After that embarrassing speaking of embarrassing spectacle. Yeah, he's now being rewarded with the opportunity to post a quest. And it's Soulseer G1. You know what? I'm willing to do this for him because he needs help. He needs to work on this loadout because... fuck me sideways. It's not good enough. So I will happily assist him at this point. Oh. You know what? Gunlance is a fun choice for Mizutsune, so let's do it. Guard Gunlance. With what? Or would I rather... what would I rather? Do I have a good blunt fucking Gunlance situation here? Which is to say, do I have a good list of weapons to use for blunt Gunlance? Probably not. A good selection, that's the word that I was looking for. Selection. I've quickly discovered that the answer to that question is no. Let's use this. When was the last time I used this Gunlance? Come on. You can't remember your password. When did you make your account? I'm not trying to poke fun at you, just tell me when you made your account. I might be able to help here, okay? Just roughly. I'm not talking like time of day and whether you were sitting on the toilet at the time and what you had for breakfast that day. I mean, like, roughly when did you make it? A few years ago? Okay, well, given the circumstances, I think it's better that you make a new account now. Better to do it now than wait for, you know, wait for more time to pass. You know, the sooner you do it, the sooner you're not going by the name Dank Meme Boy 25, so... Again, if that's how you describe yourself, and you're comfortable with that name, then power to you. But if it's an auto-generated name, and you can't change the name because you don't have the password to your account, I think it's time to maybe make a new account. I don't know. Maybe if it were an account you made back in, what, 2009 or something, sure, but a few years ago? Nah. I think it's time. Well, it wouldn't have been called Dank Meme Boy back then anyway, because there was no such joke in existence, but the point is that, yeah, there's no reason to hold on to the account. Get rid of it, man. Make a new one. Describe yourself in the way that feels natural to you. I'm running around quite aimlessly. I should know where this monster spawns, and I was just... I don't know, I was so taken by the subject at hand that I just couldn't make heads or tails of where I should be going. Oh, you kind of like Dank Meme Boy 25. Well, okay, that's fine. If you kind of like the name, then go for it, man. But you do have to understand that not knowing your password is only going to hurt you in the long term, so... Well, look who just woke up. You'll set a trap now? Well, that's very good of you. Anyway, yeah, not knowing your password is only going to hurt you in the long term, so try to fix that now rather than later, and if you can't fix it, make a new account. That would be my recommendation. And then it's up to you whether you want to change it or not. Well, the fact that you know your password for everything else doesn't change the fact that you don't know it. So, like, changing your Twitch account is not going to mean that you can't log into your bank account, okay? Like, you'll be alright. You'll get through it. But again, it's not my journey. You do what you need to do. I do want to get myself into the red, if I may. Speaking of if we may, can we get this monster into the trap? If he goes into the trap while I'm well out of range, I'll be pretty fucking pissed. Because I feel like one of the few who actually was cognizant of the fact that there was a trap in the fucking first place. Oh, don't hit the claws now. In fact, don't hit them at all. No, no, this is not what I wanted. Get you. Sorry if I hit you, Ray Shen. Didn't intend for it. But it didn't happen, so I don't have to worry. Okay. This is the only thing that I don't know my password for, so I'm fine with that. It's not going to be the end of the world. You're right about that. You're definitely right about that. It's not going to be the end of the world. But that doesn't mean that it won't be terribly inconvenient for you in the future, and you're going to look back on this very conversation and you'll say to yourself, well shit, why didn't I just make a new account then? And then, you know, 2 years down the line I would have an account that I've had for 2 years with a name that I wanted to have, with a password that I remember, but instead 2 years have passed, I have to now make a new account, and, you know, 2 years have passed and I wouldn't have had to do that. So, but anyway, again, not my journey. Not my journey. Viva la Dank Meme Boy 25. I think it is soon time for a Wyvern fight. And by soon I mean now! Do it. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I didn't regret it because I didn't end up shooting it off target. Fortunately, you don't actually consume the wyvern fire unless it goes off. Beginning to charge it does not mean that you have consumed it. If it did mean that, I think myself and everyone would complain. I sadly hit Happy Nut. Possibly another person who regrets that they can't change their name. Well, you don't regret that you can't change your name. I'm going to get off this subject because it's actually not very funny. Or engaging. I'm going to blast dash you and completely miss. It was all part of the plan. You could tell. Because of how I described the situation as it happened. There we go. That's not how I intended to do that, but that's fine too. I'm standing here awkwardly shielding because I knew that thing was going to explode and I had every expectation that I was within range of that, but I wasn't. Which meant that I could have back-hopped, sheathed my weapon and moved on with my life, but it exploded. Again, I feel like we're fighting this Soul Seer for a good cause. I feel good that we're helping this fucking panda guy. He needs all the help he can fucking get. Oops. Don't know what you're doing, Mizutsune, but it's not going to stop me from doing whatever I'm doing. I'm not in a careful mood at the moment. I have guard up, how does it feel? Will I get my blast dash on target this time? Well, there is a temptation to use Dragon Blast and I'm going to do it. I hit him a little bit. Well, I mostly hit him there. I probably got maybe 80% of the hits out. Maybe a little less, but most of it. Definitely most of it. Aha, that's a blast dash opportunity if I've ever seen one. Sorry if I hit you again, Happy Nut. I would apologize. Actually, I didn't hit you, so I don't have to apologize. How convenient these things work out, huh? It is now time to sharpen. Although I do want to take this opportunity while it's here. I wasn't able to actually capitalize on that whatsoever. Oh yeah, it's a capture quest, by the way. I'm going to ping because I don't trust this fucking team. I think we're actually dealing decent damage, so I'm going to go for the capture and fucking hope that it's capturable, and that way I'm not caught with my pants down like an idiot. Let's go for the capture. Fuck me sideways. Ray Shen's going for the... Okay, well, wasn't capturable, but that's fine. We just need to be very careful, that's all. I'd completely forgotten that it was a capture quest, so I can't really say for sure whether anyone else had also forgotten, but operating under the assumption that perhaps someone did forget, I thought it would be good to maybe play it safe and ping them to stop and then drop a trap. I'm not shooting my gun because, you know... Okay, I'm about to shoot my gun and then fucking go for the capture because I think we're actually at risk of killing this thing. Why the... Why? I was going to drop a trap, but now I'm thinking that's a bad idea because you've thrown a fucking dung bomb. Why would you... You know what's really counterintuitive about what he just did? He's basically made it harder for this monster to limp out of this area because he's just entered this area. He successfully undermined the entire purpose of keeping that monster in that area because he had been there for a while, so there was every chance that he'd limp out. Yeah, you drop the trap over there. That's real helpful, man. We'll just fucking stand there until next week. Fuck me. Oh my god, what is going on? These guys are not dealing as much damage as I thought. least we've got another trap, but still. Sorry, I just had a very itchy forehead all of a sudden. I don't want to attack it too much. But it does appear that I'm overestimating the damage of the team. I'm getting that feeling. But I don't want to wait until he's limping because, again, that dung bomb really put me off. Alright, some attacks are going out, so I don't want to contribute to that. I was happy to do it if I were the only one attacking, but I really don't want to fail this. I don't have any traps though. I hope someone else has got traps if this one fails. I'm fucking hitting everyone but the monster, which is... Ugh. How are you not dead, you fucking lizard creature? Water lizard. No. Thank you. This thing is gonna die. I'm telling you, it's gonna die. I'm doing my best to capture it, but the team sucks, okay? One of them is a guy who's seemingly dealing like no damage with his longsword. Practically flogging the monster with a warm lettuce leaf. Yeah, brilliant, thank you. Good flinch. That's what I was really hoping for. Someone dropped another trap. Yes. That's fucking dangerous to do though, because he's been here for a little while. I think it is actually safe to wait for him to limp, because he has been here for long enough where if he did reach the capture threshold, he'd be limping. So, you know, is it wise to do this? I would say no, but... Oh god. Am I the only one with tranks? Well, no, but... Can you fucking believe this thing's not capturable? We're 10 minutes in, it's G1 level. What is going on? What have we got here? We've got fucking light break, charge blade, should be fine, right? That longsword must be... You know, I mean, you'd have better luck slapping this monster with your flaccid cock to deal damage to him. Well, no, you're calling it a G1 quest. G1 is not tanky at all. There's nothing tanky about this. Tanky would be G3 and above, or hyper. That's tanky. G1 is not tanky because the reality is this is a G rank only deviant. This is the lowest level of this monster you can find. There is nothing tanky about this monster, and I have fought it sufficiently to be thoroughly convinced that the team sucks. Okay? So that's what's going on here. Maybe part of it, maybe rather than just automatically blame the team, maybe part of it is that a number of us have been, oh yeah, look who's dead, and look who's surprised, not me. I would say that a contributing factor as to why we've struggled so much to fucking kill this thing, or capture it, is because we've been hesitating for so long with the oh, now you're limping, dickhead. I think we've been hesitating for so long that it has actually hampered our damage output. Thanks for the ping, that really helped. That made it all clear in that very moment. Ray Shen still has a trap, I'm happy to see that. It'll be a great moment when this thing is fucking captured. It'll be a happy day. Get in there. Happy birthday, Panda. There's your successful hunt. Don't worry, it's captured, so you don't have to card it. Bloody hell. Well, that was great fun. I went from departing on the quest with a real air of alacrity about me. Wanting to help this guy with his terrible loadout, to feeling like this was just one big waste of time. But it could have been worse because we could have fucking failed it. It can always be worse. Ugh. Am I going to hang around in this room? Oh, it's round robin quest picks. I wonder how they wrote that in Chinese. Anyway. What is round robin? I've never heard the term round robin in my life. Or at least I hadn't heard it prior to seeing it in this game. I knew what they meant when they said it, but I've never heard round robin before. It's probably some Americanism that I haven't personally come across. Player 4, skip. Is there anything that I want to do? I don't think so. I should actually consider first if there's anything I'd like to do. Is there anything that I want? I don't think so. It looks like I've got no time played at all because I've got all these things that I haven't completed, but you know, if I showed you what was left to complete, you'd realize that it's just dumb shit. It's just dumb shit that I haven't finished. See what I mean? Fishing's lure, yeah, fishing's lure. Poisoned primal forest. Yeah. A very dubious idea. Stand by while I hold in my lunch. Fucking terrible. Anyway. Skip. Oh yeah. I forgot what my Generations HR was. Someone mentioned yesterday that if you carried your save over from Generations to this game, you'll get an achievement that shows your previous hunter rank. I'm actually going to check. I'm going to guess that it was 63 to 67. I'm going to actually... That's going to be guess number 1. Second guess is 65, like as an actual number. We're going to have a look and see, because... Is it in Kokoto? No, it would be Y Academy, maybe? No. Sanatorium? No. Well, it's around here somewhere. There's definitely an achievement, which... You can see that I do nothing to try and build my guild card in this game. What happened to getting an award that shows your previous hunter rank? I remember it. Here, I think it's here. Yeah, see? 63. Did I say between 63 and 67? Well, I was right about the 63 part. I can't believe... I had 94 hours in Generations? I almost can't believe it. I had such acute 3DS fatigue by the time that game came out that I almost can't believe that I had 94 hours in me. That's shocking. That's shocking to see. Wow. Give myself a pat on the back for that one. Fucking hell, you poor bastard. You tried your hardest, and I guess that's why I literally never played it again until this game was announced. And I don't mean Double Cross, I mean Generations Ultimate. I guess I'll do it. It's technically not what we did before. It's still different enough. 94 hours of Generations. I can't believe that I did it. How did I fucking keep myself mentally together for that long? It had reached the point where just playing Monster Hunter on 3DS made me physically ill. Not really, I'm being dramatic, but it's true, I was so sick of it. I was so desperately sick of it. How about Blunt Dragon Longsword? If I have such a thing, and I think I do. Don't know what it would be. Do I have a Nokakos longsword? What have we got? Yes, I do have a Nokakos longsword. Do you remember the last time I used this? I don't. I do not remember the last time I used this. One of the problems with this armor set is that it doesn't have high grade earplugs. I'm very used to having high grade earplugs with a longsword and a switch axe. But I don't have it. Regrettable as it may be. I do have another beer, by the way. It's also by Mountain Culture, but it's just Moon Dust Stout. It's actually a little sweeter than this one. But I wasn't happy with the stout selection today. Moo Brew Stout wasn't available, and I was seeing a bunch of these fucking nitrogen stouts. No. Not interested, thank you very much. I think I'll pass on nitrogen in my beverages. You received a friend request from Happy Nut. I don't want to contribute to your joyous ejaculation, but yeah. Or rather, I don't want to blue ball you by not accepting it, but yeah, I'm not going to actually accept it because I've played with you for like 3 hunts. Probably not enough to accept a friend request on Nintendo Switch. Yes, I use Bludgeoner because the reality is there is no Awaken here, so the best way to seek out some sort of alternative weapon loadout is to use Bludgeoner loadouts. Use Bludgeoner weaponry. That's the way to do it. You know what, Raytheon? You're a real stick in the mud. I'm just here to have fun, and you comboed me very nastily. You, as I understand it, did a raw wind press combo on me. Oh, okay, so we're doing Rathalos first, are we? Alright. I get it. Oh, actually, you've already been paintballed, so... Oh no, perhaps we are doing Rathian first. I don't mind either way. I'll fucking... You get away from me, you stupid green dragon that doesn't look quite so green here. No. That would have been entirely my fault if I had been hit in that situation. I will happily concede that, but still. Maybe not happily. I want to counter with my longsword. The weapon's not mindless enough. Please, Capcom, give me a counter. I think I can technically get it. I just need to, you know, use fucking Valor style. Yeah, Valor longsword. I'm the longsword wonder boy. King of uninspired weapon designs. Well, weapon types, I should say. Stop fucking using the environment to push yourself into me. If you can possibly summon some tincture of self-restraint to prevent yourself from being a complete fucking irritant, that would be great. No. The wind pressure, the everything right now is starting to piss me off. I don't know what it is about this. Raytheon, or Rathian is actually how you pronounce it. If you say Raytheon, you're pronouncing it wrong. Sorry. Yeah. Everything about this monster is pissing me off right now. I realize that there's a trap on the ground, but I don't care about it right now. I'm pissed. I'm upset. I'm going to forsake the team. Because I'm upset. Great. Thanks, Doomlink. Real helpful today. You are. Speak backwards, I shall. What do you mean? It's so nice to see white, yellow, and red spirit bar again. What do you mean? Are you used to seeing Freedom Unite or something? That hurt. I'm going to use Critical Juncture at some point that would be convenient to me. Possibly... no, not now. I will use Unhinged Spirit, actually. Ow. Oh, hello? Jeez. Didn't realize I'd hit a nerve there, Kenny Ovo. Yeah, Kenny Ovo. My recommendation would be to take it easy. That's hilarious that I touched a nerve with that one. It almost made it worthwhile. In fact, it made it entirely worthwhile. Give me more reactions like that, please. It entirely legitimizes my shit-eating attitude when it comes to people who play terrible video games. Alright. About that Critical Juncture, I will use it again when it is convenient to do so. Would have been convenient to do it there, but I was in mid-combo, okay. Well, technically not mid-combo, I was in mid... I'm gonna sheath my weapon like a cool mid-2000s JRPG character. No, I do say that as a joke. There is a good reason why you have to do the sheathing animation. It may seem unnecessary, but it's part of the weapon balance. It's a moment of vulnerability after you've dealt your most damaging attack, which is fine. Having a moment of vulnerability with a weapon that is basically designed to deal the most damage with the less effort expended really is a welcome thing. Oh, hello. Are you especially large, or is the Rathian especially small? I'm not too sure. I don't have dung bombs, so I'm at the mercy of the... Actually, come to think of it, someone's already thrown one on the Rathalos, so that's always good. Not what I would have done, but... I have a distinct feeling that Rathian is more pursuant than Rathalos. Which is to say, if you were to fight Rathalos, you'd be more likely, I think, to be invaded by the Rathian. I could be wrong, but that's the impression that I have. I love chasing after monsters that don't want to attack me. About that Critical Juncture. My point stands. At a time that is convenient for me, it shall be used. Use your flash bombs. Is it really the time to be reenacting the first hunt that we embarked upon together? Really? Fucking hell. If you can't play the game, don't. That's really the advice I would impress upon you. No, it's slightly unfair to say that. The point is that that person is not very good. And I'm starting to get sick of it. It used to be funny, now it's mildly annoying, yet also simultaneously slightly amusing. Which makes for an odd combination. There's my lack of raw resistance that's pissing me off. But only when the monster roars and I can't resist it. Outside of that, I don't mind. As one would imagine. I feel like this monster has been alive for far too long. Oh, that's right, they're both hyper. Forgot about that. You'd think I would have... Wait. Why? Did you just do a tail flip which doubled as an ascension animation. Well, whatever makes you happy. I guess it was a good way to avoid my attack anyway. Well, I would have much preferred to see her limp out, but maybe that would be a tall order. It's a hyper monster, and that was only Area 2. Area number 2 in the sense that that was the second place that she had been to, with us engaging her in combat. I am clarifying that in case you thought that I actually thought that was Area 2. And quite frankly, it could have been. I actually don't know the area numbers in this particular location. I do forget that this is a place that you can visit in this game. It has such a 4 ultimate. Can you leave me alone? It has such a 4 ultimate association for me. Alright, I'll go up and fight you then. I don't mind. No, just here is fine. Don't go further up. This is really quite alright. No. Can someone... Oh, here we go. Remember when I said that at a time of my convenience I'd use it? It happened. I'll set a trap, says Happy Nut. Well, it's not working out very well, I regret to say. I think she's going to the nest. So I shall make my way to the... No. I shall make my way to the nest. Preemptively. Alright. Some people would recommend against, you know, leaving this out. You know, I could have left it in the fridge, but it's good to have it cold instead of chilled, you see. You get more flavour that way. Seeing as though you placed a trap before, I'll, you know, do that, because you probably want to capture it. Happy... Oh, I only have 1 trank. Anyone else want to throw it? Hey, anyone else got a trank? No? Okay, I'm the only one I brought... Oh, you had trank shots. Very good. What's Panda doing? Being lost, I think. As long as he does get lost and end up fighting the monster on his own. He needs a bit more assistance than that. Speaking of needing assistance. I think the range of paintballs decreased from 3rd gen to 4th gen, weirdly enough. Increased from 2nd to 3rd. Then decreased from 3rd to 4th. Which does obviously beg the question, Capcom, what the fuck? Do you guys want a consistent vision for how to do things? Because you don't seem to be trying very hard to achieve that. Maybe a dangerous time to sharpen, but my impatience is getting the better of me. I will Unhinged Spirit, because my impatience is getting the better of me. And if I had high gradient plugs, that wouldn't have been a problem. But I don't have it, so therefore it was a problem. Come on. This is why it's good to have Unhinged Spirit, because obviously I don't have to actually charge up my spirit gauge at all. It's Tri Longsword, everyone! Let's bring back Tri Longsword. That was a great way to introduce Longsword Spirit combo levels to the series. Let's bring it back. Let's bring back that terribly imbalanced thing we did with Longsword in that game that had a lot of problems with it. but also ended up being the most enjoyable and spiritually, or I guess, what's the word I'm looking for, or the phrase I'm looking for? I guess, I was going to say spiritually nourishing, but that's a bit weird. The point is, it was a heartfelt game. There was a lot of passion and beauty in it, and that was well communicated to me, and I enjoyed the game, not just for that reason, but for the things that were done well in it. But it was also a hot mess in certain respects, which is a topic of conversation that does not specifically relate to Generations Ultimate. Here we go again. Again, I'm happy to use Critical Juncture at a time that is convenient to me, but I will not use it at a time that would be inconvenient, because that would run counter to a logical and well-measured way of playing the game. Can we not hit me? Can we not hit me? That's a strange way of phrasing that. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to be hit by fireballs while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I don't know what I was doing in that moment, but I couldn't get out of the way of it, that's all I know. That was really good trap placement. Not quite on the legs, but definitely a risky trap placement that, again, as is clearly shown here, resulting in a great opportunity for us to hit the monster. Ugh. You're now heading to the nest to nurse your wounds next to your dead wife, which is not just poignant, but downright depressing. But that was my choice to tell the story in that way. Shall I sharpen up? What did I determine? I determined that if you're using or rather an elemental weapon, it is better to run green sharpness for the elemental multiplier to sharpness. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. The sharpness multiplier to element, I think. Whatever, you know, the multiplier given to element relating to sharpness. Anyway, the point is that if you're using... Okay. This is getting a little disjointed. Let me phrase it this way. If you are using any blunt loadout, green sharpness and yellow sharpness, due to the multipliers that exist in the back end, make them almost the same. But as I understand it, green sharpness slightly edges out orange sharpness, or yellow, whatever you want to say. No, yellow, actually. Orange is very different. Orange is the first of the broken sharpness levels. Yellow is slightly worse than green for elemental weapons. But I think it's basically the same for non-elemental weapons, so... Yeah, long story short, it's not all that important, but... if you really want to deal the most damage possible, sharpen up to green if you've got an elemental weapon. And that is the moral of the story. That was a weird maneuver that I just made. Hopefully that wasn't so abstruse an explanation that you were able to work out what I meant to get across there. No. Ugh. Haha, good flinch. Critical Juncture is charged up again. I do have to dive this. Throw your flash bomb, Doomlink. Who fucking threw a dung bomb? Why? I'll set a trap. Well, again, Rei Shen Deserves props for very tenacious trap placement. I'm assuming he was the one who placed the last shock trap as well, because it's the same principle behind it. Position yourself really close to the damn monster at a moment that will allow you to just get the trap out without getting hit, and reap the benefits afterwards. Not many people have the balls to do it. I sometimes do it, but not usually to great effect. I have respect for that guy. Thanks for the dung bomb! Thanks. Whoever threw that, you really helped a lot. Maybe someone got pinned and I didn't notice, but even then, like, just die. The dung bomb's very inconvenient. Take one for the team. I just went the wrong way. But yeah, take one for the team. Getting pinned. I'm saying this with the assumption, or on the assumption, that the person probably wasn't risk at death anyway. Let me rephrase that. Probably wasn't at risk of death anyway. But when you're being pinned, that's a great opportunity for the team to attack the monster. And in so doing, they may push the monster off you. So, don't throw that dung bomb. It's fucking inconvenient. No. I can pretend like it's for ultimate. I probably should have done a critical juncture there, but I didn't. I was too busy being in mid-flight. Can you see the whole team set? Okay. I think the only person with a really bad set is the guy with the Chinese name, which apparently is Panda. And I'm not about to try and say Panda in Chinese. I've been apprised of how it is written, but not of how it's pronounced, so I'm not going to make a fool of myself. But, yeah, his set is fucking bad. Not average or even passable, it's fucking bad. And everyone else is possibly average. So, yeah. I mean, obviously we're not a great team. A double hyper quest really should only take 15 minutes, I guess. Maybe a little longer, or a little less. But yeah, this hasn't been great. Well, that was a very satisfying way to kill the monster, but perhaps not a satisfying quest overall. Nice work, says Happy Nut. It was very good of you to praise the team for that fucking shocking display, but anyway. The sad thing is, it's not random pieces of armor. The guy's running full Soulseer with Dragon Res plus 15 and nothing else. That is assuming he hasn't made any changes to it since I last saw his skill loadout. Or skill list. I really don't know. We technically did hunt a Soulseer since then. Whether or not that would have allowed him to improve his skills, I don't know, but I didn't even know it was possible to have a full Deviant armor set with no active skills except for Dragon Res plus 15. But he managed it. He actually achieved it, and good on him. Ugh. Well, he doesn't even have non-X Soulseer. Oh, I received a friend request from Rayshen. I mean, we're one big happy family. I've received a friend request from Happy Nut and Rayshen. Guys, like, I'm not feeling that camaraderie that you're feeling. It's not there. It's actually not present. Okay, so this is this guy's set. Again, I don't know how it's possible, but he's only got Dragon Res plus 15. This is this guy's loadout. Normal up. Gathering +1. Alloy stomach. Mushromancer being the only real decent skill among them. I mean, speed eating +2 is good, but it doesn't help for damage. Explosive trapper, I mean, it's an interesting loadout. I like this loadout. It's pretty good. For me, that's a solid fucking loadout. And it's actually, like, the more I look at it, the more I like it. It's fucking nice. As for... Well, we've already seen that guy's loadout, the guy I just left. Oh, they're obviously friends because they're using the same loadout, effectively. Well, I guess normal light bowgun's just not good in this game. Again, for normal shots, I don't use light bowgun. They could be going rapid fire normal, which is never a good idea. Never do that. I'm not going to go into the full explanation as to why you should never use rapid fire normal shots, but just don't do it. Unless you're using normal level 3 to some level of effect. But if you're doing normal level 2, which is indeed focused damage on the weak point, rapid fire is a bad idea. But yeah, for me, normal shots are already weak enough, so you need sharpshooter, normal up, and the damage added on from heavy bowgun to make it viable, in my opinion. I don't think light bowgun's good enough for that. Well, we'll not wrap it up, technically. Path of the Hunter. No! Not with you! Not with you guys! Fuck right off! I'm gonna do Thunderlord EX. He says while wiping the sweat from his brow. I'm not actually sweating, it's fucking cold. But the point is that, no, I'm not doing that with them. Did you really just depart with 2 fucking people on Thunderlord EX? On account of your own profound lack of patience? Do you want to come back now? Literally, I can stand here and wait for them to fail, and it's going to feel like they came back just to hunt with me. That's basically the situation. I mean, maybe they know how to hunt. I mean, based on their hunter ranks, I would guess not, because the reality of Generations Ultimate is that you can sneeze and get up 5 hunter ranks. Then you can, you know, blink, and then, well, I guess blinking is faster than sneezing. But the point is that you rank up really fast in this game. So, hunter rank 296 is the equivalent of, like, what? Hunter rank 80 in a real Monster Hunter game? So, come on. I don't trust that they're going to 2-man an EX Thunderlord Zenogre. I don't believe it. Not for 1 minute. And to be honest, no, I'm not waiting for them either. The only reason why I joined this room was because I had a dearth of options. Remember when I said dearth of options? This is... That's an understatement. I don't have any other options. It's Thunderlord EX or nothing. The reason why that room's not coming up is because I've filtered out rooms where people are on a quest, so... Why is there no one playing this game right now? Is it past the Chinese curfew? What's going on? Do I have to make a room? I'll happily do it. Sasori? What kind of name is that? I hope it's not a Naruto reference. If it's a Naruto reference, I'm gonna phone it in right now. Maybe it's not. Due to Rise. Well, look, everyone piled straight in. We were all lost lambs looking for a shepherd. And Sasori is the one. What is it with fucking wrath monsters today? You know what? Fuck it. If you're gonna join if I host a room, I'll make one, okay? Because I'm not doing Rathian. It's not happening. So I'll make a room. I'm going to call it G rank. Because if I don't write G rank, some absolute grade A goober is going to enter the room and post a high rank deviant. Well, please help. I appeal to you for assistance, because quite frankly, I don't want to do Rathian. You joining this room saves me from hunting Rathian. I'm not interested in that fucking monster right now. I've hunted enough of it. I feel like I was in that quest with the Hyper Rathian and Hyper Rathalos for an eternity, and that wasn't the first Rathalos I had hunted that day. So I want a break. I need to do something a little more engaging. Not necessarily enthralling, but something a little better than that would be in order. Oh, I love you already. Someone who runs specific element attack up. You're a man after my own heart. And yet I don't do it myself, but I think it's due to a laziness. See, everyone's piled in. Do you want to post a quest? If you don't, then I'll tell P3 to post. It's up to you. Oh, I see. You're a double cross player, are you? Yeah, you're a double cross player. That's fine. I was playing with a guy who was able to get on here with double cross years ago. Like, we're talking 3 years ago, he was able to get his double cross character on here. He was the only person I'd ever seen who was able to do it. But, yeah. It's not just a matter of being poor, it's a matter of wanting to carry over your progress into the Generations Ultimate community. I mean, the only reason why I didn't play Double Cross was because I was holding out hope that an English version of Double Cross would come out. I didn't want to play the game twice. It's a waste of time. So, yeah, I'm glad that I waited, because then I didn't have to be in your situation where if you're going to play Generations Ultimate, you have to do everything all over again, and it's awful. Alright, player 3. Well, it looks like Anju already did it. Seregios Expose. I'd rather munch on a bowl of tripe, really. But that's what's been posted, so I'll do it. Technically better than high rank deviants. Let's spin the wheel. Feels like I spun this years ago. But that's just how long it took for me to finish that previous quest. Greatsword on a Seregios? Awesome. It's like nails on a chalkboard, everyone. Just a fucking delight. Really a delight. Sit on the... How many sit down on the chair prompts are you going to miss in the space of 3 seconds while you're running around the table? Imagine being so thoroughly inept. Okay, am I ready to go? I think I'm ready to go. Let's do it! Well, the flavour of this beer is technically going to mix with my other one, but they're both mountain culture beers, and they're both stouts, so I guess it's okay. Oh, that splashed into my hair. Glad I've got a tissue here. Like, you for real? Fucking stout flavoured hair, not flavoured. Stout scented hair is what I meant to say. Flavoured hair. Don't eat hair, it's a bad idea. You'll get a hairball, you'll choke, and then you'll die. It's not a good way to go. I've got a Hermitor accosting me as we speak. I'm not leeching, I swear. Pouring from a can into a chalice is just... It's so unseemly, it's actually off-putting, but... I don't know. There was a time when I simply wouldn't have consumed a beer out of a can, except for, like, mercury hard cider. But I guess I'm a simple man now. I've actually devolved a little bit, which is what it is. How does this one taste by comparison? Oh, it's totally different because it's literally... It's almost half the alcohol volume. So you almost... It would be incorrect to say that there's a watery sensation. It's not watery. Watery suggests lack of flavour, but it's definitely lighter. It's just got that... It's literally half the weight, if you could refer to liquid as weight. But yeah, it's refreshing. But I can't take this as an opportunity or a green light to fucking down it. I need to enjoy it and savour it. That's how we do this. Ow. I was quite convinced that I was not your target in that moment, but it turns out that you are an annoying monster who swings and flails his body around inanely, which results in people getting hit in a most incomprehensible fashion. See that? It's very hard to see what he's fucking targeting when he does that. See, that sort of behaviour is what makes this monster so insufferable to me. There was a time when I had no problem with Seregios at all, but I had this epiphany one day and I realised, you know what, this monster sucks. It only happened maybe a year ago, and I was going about my business, having hunted Seregios for, 5 years prior, maybe 6 years prior, and all of a sudden, I came to that realisation that Seregios fucking sucks. I don't know how it escaped me for so many years, but the scales fell from my eyes and the truth was laid bare before me. That this monster is a complete waste of fucking pixels on a screen. He's just too excitable. He moves around too much, he's too aggressive, I hate him. I think what it is that I've slowed down. I used to be a little faster. I'm too slow and lazy of a hunter now to keep up with him. I enjoy slow and methodical, not, leaning forward in my chair like a subhuman fucking alien. Breathing heavily and making sure that I keep in step with this hyperactive monster. I don't know what sort of picture I'm painting of my past Monster Hunter self, but I can assure you it is uncharacteristic of how I used to be. That was not me. I may have been a tryhard in the Try days, because, it was Monster Hunter Try, so you have to be a tryhard in Try, but that's also an outdated joke. But, yeah, I didn't do any of the weird leaning forward in the chair, heavy breathing, drinking Mountain Dew and having whatever it is the Americans say, Cheeto-stained fingers. Yeah, none of that was going on. I was drinking ginger beer, reclining back on my couch, and, yeah, that was about it. That was me. I think I've gone the wrong way. which would be about right. I don't know what it is about that. I'm probably going to tell you something really silly, but when I walked over the hill here, I saw this hermitor looking in the direction of where all the hunters just exited. And he looked so lost, he was just like, well, I can't follow you there. Where did you all go? I'm alone now. Like, that's the impression that I got from that. It was the body language of the hermitor and the situation itself that just made it look like the hermitor had been abandoned by everyone that was previously in the room. And he was there all alone. I felt like I was privy to this very personal moment of the hermitor. And, yeah, it was great. It was a little... It was just this little pocket-sized enjoyment, you know, that I felt. There it is! There it is! There's the moment. I mean, the body language isn't there because this was the second time I went over the mountain in an attempt to reenact the moment. But imagine this, but the body language was better. He was just standing there in this forlorn, thoroughly lugubrious fashion, just like, oh... I'm all alone now. They've gone somewhere where I can't follow. That's how it felt. It was funny. Remember, actually no, I said that about Tigrex. Rares, excuse me. I said that every time I fight a Tigrex, I get a mantle from him, but this isn't a Tigrex. I was so non-invested that, or uninvested, I don't know if it's non-invested or uninvested. I think it's uninvested, but I was so uninterested that I forgot that we were hunting a Ceregios and not a Tigrex. Anyway. I do need to go to the bathroom. I think I'd better do it now. I don't want to leech on the next quest by doing it once they've departed on it, so I'll be back in just a... Excuse me. I'll be back in just a minute. I am back, and the patience displayed by the team is appreciated. This is what I get. Bloodbath, G5, are you fucking for real? I can't exactly sit back and enjoy myself for this hunt. I basically have to be clenching the whole time. Not really, but still, it's not a relaxing, run-of-the-mill hunt. I actually have to put some effort in. I'm going to bypass the fucking roulette, and I will go easy mode, if you don't mind. How do I change styles again? Fuck. I do it so infrequently that I actually forgot how to do it briefly. I was literally sitting in that menu going, how do I change styles? Anyway, I mean, if you were to look at the options on the menu, you'd find out pretty quickly, Doomlink, and needless to say, that is exactly how I found out. I found out how to change styles in the exact same way that I found out before I had ever done it previously, and that was by checking the options that were there. Ugh. Anyway, imagine using styles. Well, I don't have to imagine because I'm about to do it. I'm about to become that person who uses styles, so... I've drunk the Kool-Aid, everyone. He's actually using Adept style with a bowgun. Well, guess what? I'd rather be doing that than running around with my heavy bowgun in my arms. Like it's my firstborn child and I'm escaping an erupting volcano that's about to swallow up my fucking hometown. So, I think I'd prefer this. I'm not bringing combination materials because that's my way of protesting the situation. By being ill-prepared for the hunt. Yeah, that's really going to teach him, isn't it? That'll teach him to post this quest by you failing to contribute adequately. No one leave yet. Enju, exit out of that, thank you. Thanks, Enju. I hope someone's got smoke bombs, by the way, because I don't. If someone else brought smoke bombs, then good on them, but I didn't. Because, again, I'm in lazy mode. What can I say? Fucking hell. I'm breaking some horns today, I hope you're ready. This is really not the part of the monster to aim for if I'm seeking to deal good damage. I should be aiming for the chest, obviously, but particularly with slicing damage, but which is cutting damage is what I meant to say. But slicing ammunition, cutting damage, that's the terminology we want to use. Okay, no, I'm going to get hit by a combo. Hit by a combo. No, he's not enraged, so I'm not going to get hit by a combo. I can now relax. I'm just aiming for anything that I feel like aiming for, in whatever moment. Gonna follow up? I can fucking handle that. You think I can't handle that? I'm running Adept. This is how to pretend to play Monster Hunter whilst actually not really playing Monster Hunter at the same time. It's a very interesting and curious situation. Notice that? Fucking Evasion 3 level window of opportunity. Or window of invulnerability, however you want to say that, doesn't matter. Either way, you're cheesing the game, so. As long as that's understood, it doesn't matter how I want to describe it. I'm doing this so that I don't get caught in the fucking combo, okay? I did it for no other reason. I didn't want the damage boost on the shots, I didn't want any of that. I didn't want to get hit by the combo. And that's the main reason why I run Adept with this guy. It's so that I don't get hit by the stupid combo attack from the raw. I'm not interested in that crap. Thank you for the smoke bomb. It feels a little early for it, but I'm not the one keeping track of time. I'm sure someone's keeping track of it. Probably whoever dropped the smoke. Well, I'm glad a smoke bomb was down. Who hit the fucking monster? It wasn't me. I didn't hit the monster. I'm running slicing. If I had pierce shots, I'd be slightly concerned that I had perhaps done that. Oh, someone else is shooting slicing. It was Enju, you fuck. You absolute foolish individual. I had to, as you can tell, euphemize my language, you know. I couldn't do anything! I was affected by the roar after having already evaded the movement of the second Diablos. I was stuck in a fucking combo. One monster's left, thank fuck. What a joke. Enju, the Pierce Wonder Boy, or Wonder Girl, I don't care, was mindlessly shooting the monster and obviously hit the second one. For God's sake. If you use a smoke bomb on 3DS, you blind the player. Well, okay. If you're blind, then Farcast, that would be the solution. It's to the benefit of everyone else, at least. Alright, we should be alright. We're only dealing with one Diablo, so as long as we can all handle a bloodbath, which I'm hoping we all can, we'll survive. As far as this guy running into this quest, a double bloodbath, G5 quest with a greatsword, I hope he's got some... Oh, no, bullet guy's a motherfucker. You think I can't deal with that? Well, I dealt with it, sort of, but only partially. The good thing about this armor set is that it does actually have pretty robust defense. So, if it didn't, then I'd be in trouble. But I'm not a glass cannon, I'm just a cannon. And I think we're all glad. Particularly me. Because 2 deaths is inexcusable. 1 death is bad enough, thank you. I do love the way that he dives into the ground and he fucking spins on the spot as well. He drills into the ground after jumping in the air like that. Oh. He's such an animated monster. I do think he's a very cool version of Diablos. I just don't like his cheap raw combo attack. Raw combo attacks are not my cup of tea. Never have been, never will be. To be honest, no one's going to sit here and say, yeah, I love raw combo attacks, they're great. But I don't think they're excusable, I think they should just disappear. The occasional raw combo attack is alright, but this is a really heavy and egregious one. It hurts, and it comes quite frequently. I do like the double charge though, that's cool. Look at us cheesing this monster with pierce shots. Endlessly flinching the supposedly difficult monster. I pre-rolled instead of rolling. I need to now sheathe and get ready to dive very shortly. Okay. That was a little dangerous. Oh. Oh. Okay, you do whatever you're doing, Diablo, seriously. Whatever makes you happy. Keep it together, Renju, I believe in you. But only somewhat. Oh, goodness me. That was a good damage threshold there. That was a good damage threshold. That is how you enunciate, Doomlink. You enunciate with your moving mouth. Good damage threshold. There we go. That's my very revisionist way of rephrasing that. I can now pretend as if I can actually speak. It's great. Watch out for the steam! Wow! Look at the steam! That's so cool. I do love this monster, I really do. Very inspired. You can tell Capcom have still got a bit of a fucking flair in them. They're so misguided, but they still have a bit of oomph in them. Bit of passion. This is a cool monster. Well, I was reloading at the worst possible time. I'm sorry, I did my best. I did my best. Thank you, whoever ate for insurance. That was a deeply unlucky reload. I did it before he began roaring, but sadly, there was nothing I could have done. I have brought Adept precisely so that I can avoid that cheesy combo, that ridiculous combo. But if I'm reloading at that time, when he does the roar, I mean, what can I do? What's the solution? Never reload because he might suddenly roar? That's not a fucking solution, is it? I'll tell you the solution. Be lucky enough not to be reloading at the wrong time. I was not lucky enough. But you know what? Whoever ate for fucking insurance is the MVP. Thank you for doing that. I died twice, which is embarrassing, but fortunately my care factor is low enough for me to not take it to heart. Good hunt. Where's my apologise thing? Sorry about that, there you go. It is raining a lot outside. I've mentioned this before, but, you know, it's cold and wet and rainy. And you can hear the sound of the rain being pushed by the heavy winds outside. It's like being in a cyclone. And it's enjoyable. Because obviously it's... I mean, I say it's cold, but it's actually not. I'm not sitting here shivering. Like, my place is pretty warm. But, yeah. I would say that it's enjoyable. Well, a double G5 fucking Bloodbath Diablos was not really what I had in mind, but I'm glad that it's... I'm glad that it concluded with success. Or concluded in success. And hopefully the next hunt will be a little better. Apparently Yuko is leaving now. Because, I don't know, we did their hunt, so why the fuck should they stick around? Whatever. P3, of course. Let's not forget that, in the first instance, Enju just took it upon himself to post without confirming with anyone whether or not it was his turn. He just did it on a hunch. A rather assertive and perhaps self-absorbed assumption. But we now have Havik Jaeger, who has a nice armor set. A bit standard, but... Actually, these days, no, that doesn't wash with me. That's a bit too standard. Years ago, that would have been fine because it would have been the result of a person actually going through all the armor skills that you could possibly get in the game and uniquely deciding these are the good ones to get, but I have a feeling that by now, that's probably not an original idea. That's probably someone who's just gone on Reddit and has asked around or searched for previous questions. What are the good armor skills in Generations Ultimate? Again, I could always be wrong, and I don't mean to be painfully cynical, but given the hunter rank and given that it's 2022, there is every chance that that's what's going on. But yeah, good enough skills, I guess. What was it? Zenoga, I think? Oh, yes. Well, Gunlance has been selected. I did Gunlance only a short while ago, but sure. Okay. Ice Gunlance, what's that? Megalomincer? Okay. Howl at the Moon. Is this really just standard Zenoga? It is standard Zenoga. This thing is going to get pummeled into the ground. No, stop it. Give me Weakener and Accountant. I ate for Accountant. It's alright, guys. I ate for Accountant. We're under control. Alright. Off we go. Havik Jaeger is, you know, building suspense. And now it's time to fight a standard Zenoga. What? 3 of us spawning at camp? Okay. You literally had me afraid for a moment. I thought we were doing a low rank hunt, but then I realized very quickly that that would be impossible. Because I would have noticed that it was low rank before having joined. I specifically checked and confirmed that it was high rank. Excuse me, G rank. I specifically checked and confirmed that it was actually the rank that is not correct. And Doomlink's an idiot. What are you sitting around for? Yeah, you get up. There's no relaxing in my presence. You have to operate under the assumption that I'm going to physically abuse you at any moment. Your instincts tell you that. And guess what? They're right, because you never know when I might feel like picking up some Jagear scales. You just never know. Standard Zenoga. You're making me want to play Portable Third, you know that. But that's not what I'm playing at the moment. And you know what, that may be for the better. I don't think I'm in the mood for that community right now. The Portable Third community is a little bit too, I don't know, brain dead. You need to be in the right mood for them. I'm not really there. Havik Jaeger is apparently not German, but rather Italian. How do I know? He typed something in the chat that looks like the word pizza. That's how I know. Piazza una trappola. Okay, so that's fucking Italian if I've ever seen Italian in my life. I'm not the most cultured when it comes to different European languages, but if I see a word that looks like pizza, I know what I'm looking at. Okay, forget the fucking trap. What's the point of a trap, right? Alright, I'll keep away from the head. I don't know what you're doing with that hammer there, Arkemi, but that's some weird style shit that means nothing to me. Looks like you're using some... It's like you're playing Frontier or something. I can't make any sense of what you're doing. It's weird stuff. Strange, arcane activities that I'm not about to interpret. Ow. Fuck off, you stupid bullfango. I love it that... Let me rephrase that. I love that even after having done my advance forward thrust with the gun lance, I get hit squarely in the rear by this pig piece of shit. Disgusting swine from the pits of hell. Seriously. I'm so sick of bullfango. How many generations of Monster Hunter must I endure these fucking pigs? We had a reprieve for one game. One game! Monster Hunter Try. That was the one game where we could pretend like bullfango didn't exist. And then all of a sudden, no, it's back on. Oh, we got rid of bullfango, that was a mistake. Being able to enjoy life was a fucking terrible idea and we never should have done it. We are Capcom and we regret the decision we made that day to not include bullfango in a mainline title. Fucking bullfango, man. Ugh. You're Italian too. Well, sorry if I said anything insensitive. I've got nothing against the Italian language or Italian people. I'm just making, I don't know, really puerile jokes in a way that only a native English speaker can. That was the worst Piazza una Trappola I've ever heard. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I thought that it was at least, you know, 40% correct, but that is not a roaring endorsement for my Italian. Wow. Bloody hell. Honestly, I'm surprised that it's that bad. Is it that bad? Jeez. I mean, I wasn't really living life under the assumption that I was some sort of Italian orator, but that's, you know, that's hard to hear. I'm sorry that I've offended you, no doubt, with my really unsatisfactory Italian pronunciations. It was a 6 out of 10. Hey, you know what? No, I'll take that. 6 out of 10. I did say that as a joke, Megalo. Okay, that was a joke. But look, the 6 out of 10, I feel better now. I feel better now. That's a reasonable rating. You've acknowledged that it was accurate enough to warrant 6 out of 10 points. Still inaccurate and pretty bad, but not atrocious. But, yeah. Fair enough. The point is that I was able to work out that it was Italian without the part that looked like pizza, okay? I call it a conjunction because I don't know how else to refer to it, but the una, that part was, that's what made it clear to me that it was Italian. But anyway, because I could tell that it wasn't Spanish and it wasn't German, definitely not German, so, you know. And I guess the part that looked like pizza might have assisted in some way, but, yeah, anyway. It was... It was my genuine impressions mixed with insensitive jokes, okay? And I don't regret it, that was very funny. Because I remember the last time I had to deal with that, and it was terribly embarrassing, was when I realized that one of my viewers spoke German as their first language, and I had recently uploaded a playthrough of Pokemon Snap on Nintendo 64, which was actually a German cartridge that I'd loaded into my Nintendo 64, and I was like, well, okay, let's do a playthrough of this. And so, of course, much of the playthrough was me butchering German phrases in what I can only assume was very entertaining for non-German speakers, but truly cringeworthy for all German speakers. But, you know, I was talking about it some weeks after having recorded it, and the guy was like, German's my first language, and I was like, oh, is it? Please don't watch that. Oh, I was terribly embarrassed, but anyway. I've twice now failed to internalize the monster on the quest board, so I'm going to go raw. I'll let the roulette choose a weapon for me. Raw greatsword? Okay, Toyo Hisa it is. Bolt Reaver EX? Well, this will be rough. What's going on? Can you people fucking relax? I don't want to go from... I mean, this is a bit of a roller coaster. I've gone from double G5 Bloodbath to normal, like literally non-hyper Zenoga, and then to EX Bolt Reaver. Can we just either keep it relaxed and low-key, or can we keep it high energy? I don't want to be going up and down. I'm not getting any mileage out of this situation. All of what I am is being drained from me. My very essence of life is seeping out of me like a wet diarrhea leakage from my anus. Sorry. Those sort of pronouncements really would be better off unsaid. Better off being unsaid. Hello, Dark Sir. You joined at the right time. Thank you for that. I almost walked out of the way of that, but I did get the damage boost. They want us to try hard? Yes, they do. And I'm not in the mood for it. Just for the record. I'm actually gonna... You know what I'll do? I'll do the best I can. I'll sit up straight. Both feet flat on the ground. And I'll actually do what I can to succeed in this hunt. I am competent enough with Greatsword to be capable of holding my own, okay? And we don't get any awkward combos from Bolt Reaver either, after the Raw, so I'm comfortable enough to be able to deal with that. Yes, okay. I'll do my mounting attack, except that I wasn't in range of it. In range of it being in range of the monster, just to clarify. Keep out of range of that. Well, I was hoping for a turnaround by the time I'd finished my charge, but that didn't happen. See, now that... I did get a turnaround by the time I was ready to bring down my sword, and I think I did actually hit him, but it resulted in a one-shot. Now that's not quite what I was wanting. Can I at least have some margin for error? What is my defense? Oh, I see the problem. It's not my defense, it's the fact... Well, part of it would be that, but... It's the fact that this is an EX Deviant whose damage is primarily thunder-based. And my elemental resistance to... I couldn't even see the monster. I entered the area, couldn't see shit. I saw something glittering in the distance, and then I find that I'm dead. I really... Oh. Great. My thunder defense, okay, is -21. In my defense, when I organized this loadout for myself, I didn't know what was on the board. I had twice failed to internalize that information, as I said previously. So, you know, I didn't know. I just went raw greatsword because why not? And I am literally paying the price, if I could enunciate. But yeah, great. I feel bad for having randomly died to something I couldn't even see because, you know, I think we're all doing our best to succeed here. We really are. And I'm ruining it for everyone. Sorry. I'm mostly settling for level 2 charges here because it is fast-paced. My opportunities are few and far between. And Jaeger has died. Of the 4 people... I'm holding up 5 fingers, but I'm talking about 4 people. Of the 4 people in this room, only 2 are responsible for failure, and I take no pleasure in admitting that I'm one of those 2 people. But... And we are in equal parts responsible for this, I will make it very clear, but I did enter the area, couldn't see anything, and died. So, one of those deaths was not valid as far as I'm concerned. Was it founded upon lack of focus or anything along those lines? I wouldn't even say that. You could possibly argue, I like how Harvey Jaeger left in some display of not just contrition but probably shame. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here laughing. But seriously, look, maybe if the second death had been a genuine death where I was doing my best and I miscalculated and I got killed, but that's not what happened. I entered the area and I died. Well, yeah. See, like I said, you guys are actually probably trying and I'm getting destroyed, so... Yeah, look, it would have turned out a whole lot better if I didn't turn up to a Bolt Reaver EX hunt with what is it? -21 thunder resistance? I'll do a little better next time, but I don't think that quest is going to be posted again. I've got a distinct feeling about it. For the record, that's not how you spell Charles. And I should know. But really, that is not how you spell that name. Well, if your German grades sucked at school, they're probably still better than whatever I would achieve, with my limited German knowledge. So, yeah. The big push. Hypergamoth, fine. I will actually have a different weapon selected for myself. If it ends up being Greatsword again, fine, or Greatsword this monster, but I do want to reroll. Hey. I can respect that choice. Insect Glaive. Last time I used an Insect Glaive, I was literally playing for Ultimate. And I was demonstrating to Ethan why the entire game is balanced around Insect Glaive and how the game is challenging until you equip an Insect Glaive, and then all of a sudden it turns into a joke. All of a sudden, the quest which took 15 minutes with 2 people took 5 minutes with 2 people. So, yeah. Thanks, Insect Glaive from For Ultimate. No wonder you became so fulsomely castrated after your 4 Ultimate, or rather, Monster Hunter 4 debut. What is it again? Gamoth. No, not Fimulveter. Fimulveter. That's not how you would... Look, I'm not going to pretend like that's some sort of Scandinavian accent. I'm sorry for having said that. Fimulveter? No. No matter what I do, it's wrong. I'm not Scandinavian and I need to stop pretending that I am. So... yeah. Let's... wait, is it... maybe it's German and not Scandinavian. Sorry, part of the reason why I think it's Scandinavian is because the black metal band that preceded Behemoth was named Fimbulwinter. And so I associate that with Scandinavia. The word Fimbul, I associate that with Scandinavian languages. So, yeah, I'm not German. In case you needed to know, I'm not German. You haven't seen me use an insect glaive before? Admittedly, I don't use it often, but yeah. I can use it, as it so happens. I was well trained back in 4 Ultimate. It's a bit of an outdated skill set. It's almost 10 years old now. More like 8 years old, but... yeah, I'm not much of an insect glaive guy. I think because I overused it in 4 Ultimate. But having said that, I only had maybe 300 uses of insect glaive in 4 Ultimate. It's not like I killed it. I didn't just main insect glaive. I think my highest weapon use in that game was greatsword still, because greatsword is my thing. I love greatsword, but... or it could have been heavy bowgun. I had heavy use on the bowguns, insect glaive, and greatsword in that game, as I recall. So I'm not too sure what my highest use ended up being in the end, but... and when I say in the end, I mean once I'd stopped playing it regularly, which was 2015. And that was when I stopped playing the game regularly. I did have a brief return to it in 2016. It was brief. I played maybe, let's say, 200 hours within 4 months, something like that, in 2016, and that was my last hurrah. That was the... those were my twilight years of 4 Ultimate play. And then, yeah. Everything after that has been fairly inconsistent emulator play. On the same character, because I transferred it all over. But... yeah. Well, we do have a paralyzed Gamoth, so at least I can get my red. It's mount time, guys. I've got mounting master. Oh, that's not how I mount. It helps to attack with the weapon to achieve your mount, as I understand it. There we go. Oh, right. I understand what happened there. What happened, Doomlink? Well, basically the monster was technically outside of the area, and so I was thrown off. If the monster is not technically in a spot where the hunter can physically exist, you just get thrown off automatically. That felt very 4 Ultimate, by the way. It wouldn't be uncommon where if the entire team was attacking the monster, you just got thrown off immediately back in 4 Ultimate. Usually you'd have maybe 2 or 3 seconds for the team to actually realise that the monster was being mounted to stop attacking, but still. Is it worth going for another mount after all that? Probably not. I suppose I could do it. Honestly, I probably have to do it now, don't I? Otherwise, it's just underwhelming. Hey, we've got a paralysis, so I guess the game's telling me to give it a try. You can barely see what I'm doing. I'm going to run out of my triple colours. I may as well use the rest of it by attacking the monster. But I do have Extract Hunter, which is encouraging. Makes it all That much easier. I could tell that you were sitting down. I haven't checked your set. Unless you mean my set, in which case I would say yes. It's only -4. No. Negative... Oh! -3. Ice resistance, that's fine. As far as your set, I haven't checked it, so I don't know. I don't know how it is. You know, Swarm would be a good way to deal damage outside of my actual physical attacks whilst mounting. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Help get me down from here, says my character. Well, at least I got a successful mount off. Now I can just go back to hunting normally. You can barely see what I'm doing because this monster is too large for me to be able to successfully showcase my character's movements. I have charged Extract Hunter up again. Get away. Also, I need to sharpen. When was the last time you saw me use Swarm? I don't think I've actually used Swarm on camera. At least not during the hunt. I think I've done it as a joke after the hunt, but not don't tell me. I just missed Extract Hunter. Great. My day just got a whole lot better. May as well do all I can really sensibly do to contribute, which is do mount attacks. I'm trying to reposition myself. That is, I think, a limping Gamoth. Wow. Even in this game, Insect Glaive is a bit strong. Although we do have Archemy going full damage fucking Pierce shots, so that's probably most of where the damage has come from. Plus we did have 2 paralyses and, yeah. I'd say the team dynamic has been pretty respectable. If your question, Archemy, I'll call you Archemy because that's what your name is in-game, and it's just easier to refer to you that way. If your question was, do I think pierce gunning with a heavy bow gun is good against Gamoth, the answer would be yes. Of course it is. But honestly, most monsters are vulnerable to pierce heavy bow gun in this game, so... yeah. It's not just Pierce. Were you contributing to the paralysis? Oh look. That's unusual. I can respect that. Oh, were you going crouch Pierce? Very good. Leather pants. Leather pants. Skull belt. Hanging chain. Studded leather. She means business. Don't fuck with this chick. You'll regret it. I haven't used leather pants since try. That was my, those were my leather pants years. Leather pants, Hellhunter jacket, and Stunner shades. Yeah, the good old days. Oh, yeah, that's a good loadout. That's lovely. That makes me happy. The problem with this, this is the thing. For me, there are not enough equipment set slots in this game for me to be able to make something that specific. That is really specific what you've got there. Not just to Gamoth, but I guess for fire weak monsters. But for me, that's so specific that I don't actually have space. If I had more armor set slots, I'd be making shit like that. Unreservedly. But for me, I actually don't have the space for it. Every single armor set that I have can't be removed. It is there for a reason. I've got a greatsword set for non-sharpness +1, which includes critical draw. I've got a greatsword set for sharpness +2. Oh, they've both got critical draw. Oh, that's right, critical boost. One has critical boost, the other doesn't. But one is sharpness +2, the other isn't. Which, you know, is just... You get the point. Then we've got blunt greatsword. A standard longsword set, which I also simultaneously use for switch axe. I've got a blunt longsword set, which is also used for blunt switch axe. I've got a sword and shield set. I've got a set specifically for status. I've got a dual blade set. I've got a blunt dual blade set. Hammer, hunting horn, lance, blunt lance, gun lance, and then a gun lance set that's focused on elemental damage. This is if I don't want to have, you know, guard skills in conjunction with my gun lance. Depends on my mood. Got a blunt gun lance set, got a charge blade set, insect glaive. This is essential for one of my recording series where I actually have a joke set for joke weapon roulette. Firelight bowgun, waterlight bowgun, isolate bowgun, blah blah blah. Thunderlight bowgun, rapid dragon. My bow sets, all of which are on one page. And then you've got fairly specific bowgun sets. Crouch pierce, heavy pierce, light pierce, heavy normal, rapid normal, light status, heavy element, rapid element. I mean, that's 5 pages, 40 set slots, and every single set slot that's taken, I just can't part with. Every armor set, I need them all. I would love to make more sets, but I can't. You need crit element +6, attack +12 free slot. There may be an alternative to that, you know. But attack +12 free slot, I don't think I have that. I didn't even know that existed in this game, to be honest. I thought that was for ultimate only. Attack +12 free slot. Fucking hell. I only have attack 10 no slot for the second skill at least. What about first skill? Maybe attack doesn't appear in the first skill slot. I don't know. That is very good. That is a god talisman. I didn't check the board, and if I did, I forgot what was there. Amatsuma Gatsuchi. I shall... Actually, no, I won't decide on what I'll use. I'll have the roulette make that decision for me. Heavy bowgun. Alright. Heavy pierce it is. I don't use this much anymore. It looks a lot better than my 4 ultimate version of this set. My 4 ultimate version of this set uses the jaggy mask. I look like an absolute idiot in that game. Oh my god. I mean, it's good. It's a great set, but fucking hell. It looks like complete shit. Visually, as far as the armor is concerned. Ugh. I do see a Fatalis insect glaive there. Bit of a 4 ultimate throwback. Or 4G, depending on which one you play. I do actually need to take a trip to the bathroom. I didn't want these people to wait. I'll be back in a moment. I have returned. Alrighty. I seem to be in need of item sorting. I have done so. I shall sheathe my weapon. And I shall now contribute. Someone is mounting. Unsurprisingly, it's the insect glaive person. Fuck. Why don't you crouch fire, Doomlink? Well, because I want to not be stuck in one place when this monster decides to attack me. If you can believe that. Actually, this is a crouch fire moment. This, however... Oh dear. I do need to contribute to this. Here we go. I was a bit slow to contribute there because I had actually run out of ammunition as soon as he, or she, I think it's a female monster, began her charge up attack there. That looks like it hurt. Good. Oh dear. Fortunately, we're dealing a lot of damage, so we can knock her down pretty quickly. I cannot crouch fire pierce level 2, so even if you thought it would be better for me to be doing that now, I cannot. So live with it. I understand that crouch firing is good. We're about to get our water beam. I'm not going to risk it. I usually join in on the dance to avoid the water beam, but I'm not in the mood today. I do love the environment in this fight though. It looks so good. Oh, I need to get in position for best piercing. Both positioning wise in relation to the monster for piercing through the body as much as possible, but also for ideal critical distance. Good flinch. Good night. Fuck yeah, no. That was definitely what I would call a beatdown, even though I was not there for the start of the hunt. Imagine if I were there for the start of the hunt. Would have been even better. Heavenly Dragon's Fire. Do I need it? No. Not as far as I'm aware. I don't actually know how many I have. That'll probably be my last hunt. That's looking very good. I have to say though, these trees look like shit. As much as I love this place and the environment, these trees look like shit. Not because of just how they look visually, but the way they rustle. That's not rustling. Are you telling me... I was about to say 3 Heavenly Dragon's Fires may have been a little extreme. 2 Heavenly Dragon's Fires and a Heavenly Dragon Gem, still pretty good. I won't complain. I'm sitting on 7 of them now. Could be worse. Very good. What's that? Sheathing +6 2 slot. No, not interested. The trees are having seizures. Yes, it does actually look like that. Alright, I thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for this recording. Needed a bit of a change from 3 Ultimate. But, yeah. I shall bid you all farewell for now, and, yeah. Enjoy the rest of your days or evenings. Bye bye for now.